Now we are going to be working on nouns and articles. Nouns and articles, okay? And their gender and number. That is important for us in the language as we speak, making agreements. The learning objective of this part is to learn to talk about ourselves and others because we are connecting this with the verb ser, and we are using adjective to describe inherited qualities. Let's go. See, the question is, ¿cómo es la chica? See, ¿cómo es la chica? And let's just have fun here with this rock and roll.
Es ella guapa, es ella fea, es ella intelectual o deportista, educada, pacifista, divertida, anarquista, ¿cómo es? Es ella alta, es ella baja, es ella gorda o es ella super flaca, de Toledo o Oaxaca, blanca, negra o mulata, ¿cómo es? Ya yo quiero saber cómo es la chica. Dime, ¿es feliz o triste? Una tonta o muy lista, rica, pobre o artista, ¿cómo es? Quiero saber. ¿Es arrogante o es humilde? ¿Es ella rubia o morena o castaña? ¿Generosa o tacaña? ¿Una vieja o muchacha? ¿Cómo es? Ya yo quiero saber cómo es la chica.
If you notice the noun in this song, and I hope you like the song, the noun is chica, see, la chica. And based on that, they were saying that the chica was beautiful, or if it was asking if it was ugly, or if it was intellectual, or an athlete. But every single adjective make adjustments to agree in gender and number with chica. So the nouns is important because of the modifiers around it have to make agreement in gender and number. Les pregunto, what is the gender of these nouns in English? What is the gender of cars? What do you think? Car is masculino or femenino? Women. ¿Es masculino o femenino? I guess this one, there is no question, is femenino, ¿verdad? But this one, ships or countries or cities. What do you think about death and happiness? They are masculino or they are femeninos? Well, in English, there is not such an issue. You don't have to worry about the gender of them. Yes, you deal with gender, but in a different way, see? Nouns show it, or by their own meaning, they show it. In Spanish, it's completely different. We do have to pay attention to the gender and the number of nouns, see, to be able to adjust the modifiers to it. So we need to keep paying attention to that in the language. And now that you are learning the Spanish language, at this level, you need to understand that they are important. Nouns, how do we identify nouns? That's what I'm going to talk about a little bit from now. See, how do we identify the gender of a noun in Spanish? Look at this. There are some nouns that by their own meaning, they eliminate the possibility of the other gender. Hombre, as you see it here, you cannot even think about feminine. It's masculino. And then when you go for mujer, you think that masculine is eliminated because the meaning of the word itself implies and shows that gender. So hombre is masculino and mujer is femenino. Some nouns show some evidence that help us recognize the gender. Yes, that's the rule of the O and the rule of the A, which is not a bulletproof rule, okay? Amigo is a male friend, and amiga a female friend. Niño o masculine, male, boy, and then this is a girl. So nouns, there is a big quantity of nouns that end in O, and they have a version of a to show the equivalent of the reality they describe. When we if we have in front of us a boy, we're gonna choose niño and eliminate niña as a possibility. If we have a female friend, then amiga is the version that we choose to describe that person, that friend that is a woman. Okay, if you say muchacho, maybe it's more a teenager. If you say muchacho, you have to think that what you have in front of you or what you are describing is a female teenagers. Okay, and if it's a girl in her teens, it's gonna be the word that describes her will be muchacha. Yeah, some nouns show and they have an equivalent, an O for masculine and an A for feminine. Some show the O and the A, but they do not exclude the other gender. For example, a woman and a man, sí, mujer, hombre, both of them are personas. ¿Sí? So personas is above gender. So I am a persona and Dr. Con es una persona también. ¿Sí? Dr. Con es una persona, Carmen, Dr. Guerrero es una persona. And the same case here for individual. See, individual, they are above gender. See, so they describe humans instead of specifying for gender. They don't have to consider that. So yes, Dr. Con es un individuo and Doctora Guerrero es un individuo también. Un individuo. Even though I'm a woman, in this case it doesn't matter. So keep in mind that. This specific cases to identify people again, but for example, those ending in consonants, they would have a feminine version. See, profesor and profesora. So if we continue with Dr. Con es un profesor y Doctora Guerrero es una profesora. See, Dr. Con es un señor y Doctora Guerrero es una señora. So these nouns that describe people, they, except for persona and individual, they have to match the reality they describe. And they do it in this specific case by showing the A for feminine and the O for masculine. Another group is one that do not show any change, but the article will reveal it. See, so if we say el artista, el poeta, el estudiante, we're talking about female artist, male artist, male poet, and male student. If we say la artista, la poeta, la estudiante, even though we're using the same words, poeta, artista, estudiante, the article reveals that we are talking about a feminine, a woman in this case. It's a woman, the one who's an artist here. It's a woman, the one who's a poet. And we're talking about a female estudiante. There is an A missing here. Estudiante, okay? Perfecto. Some nouns, not anymore about people, but some nouns, they, in general, they end or in a vowel, see, A, E, I, O, U, or they end in consonant. See, there is no way to guess the gender of these nouns other than going to the dictionary and seeing the M for masculine and the F for feminine next to M in the meaning. But if you read it in the textbook and if you find that next to M you have an article that is la, then you know that is femenino. La clase, and then el lápiz will reveal, the article will reveal that lápiz is masculino. Now you know, see? There is a group of nouns in Spanish that end in either at, as you see here, at, ad, or dad, that. See, all of them are feminine. So we say for all of these, la universidad, la facultad, see, la amistad, and la lealtad. Loyalty, and this one is friendship, and this is facultad. See, la facultad, like the school of religion, la facultad de religión. See, those nouns ending in this, ad or dad, they are femeninos. See, always femeninos. And those nouns ending in ción, canción, comunicación, identificación, it's this whole thing, see? This whole thing, ción. Either with C or with S, they are all femeninos. So you see la nación, la canción, the song, la comunicación, and la identificación. They are all femeninos. See, this group of nouns ending in ma, drama, problema, enigma, tema. They might look like they end in a, but pay attention to the M. If the M is there, most likely they are masculino, majority, few exception. So problema is el problema, el drama, el enigma, el tema, el problema, ¿sí? El programa también. Son masculinos. A little bit more of this. Let's continue working on adjectives. Now, let's continue. Well, let me stop there. So this way we recognize the gender of a noun. But let me tell you something. All the nouns have their own gender, and we need to memorize it. I memorized them via learning the language when I was a child. You guys have to memorize it via reading in the book and seeing what they agree with. And if you see the article, either el or la or los or las, or the indefinite articles un, una, unos, unas, they will help you reveal the gender. The other way to do it is either the dictionary or online or a printed dictionary, because they put next to the noun in parentheses, they put an M or for masculine or an S for feminine. So nouns and articles, yes. The other piece for now is the articles. So let's work on articles now. When you're thinking about articles, as I mentioned, how important the gender is for nouns, then you have to pay attention that articles agree in gender and in number with the noun they modify. We have, for this version, we have four of this guy. We have el, male, singular, and la, female, feminine, singular. And then we have the plural version. For masculine is lo, and for feminine is las. See, we have these four articles, and they correspond, or their equivalent in English is the. Okay. Now, these are some examples. Eh? Masculine, singular, el profesor. See, feminine, singular, la clase. Estudiantes, this is plural and it's masculine, then we have to use los for los estudiantes. And then muchachas, ending in es is a singular for a, and yes tells us it's plural, so we need las muchachas. See, we need the article las. See? Ejemplos, el muchacho, los muchachos, la muchacha, las muchachas. ¿Sí? El hombre, los hombres, singular, plural. La mujer, las mujeres. El lápiz, los lápices. La lección, las lecciones. La universidad, las universidades. La conversación, las conversaciones. Pay attention to this. Lápiz, lápiz, changes the Z into C and you add ES. See, the general rule is just to add the S, while in this case, you have to change the letter C into C and then add ES. Now, you see lecciones and you see conversación, how the accent mark disappears on the O in the plural version. Pay attention to that. And then in nouns ending in consonants, you add ES, but you don't modify the last consonant, okay? As it happens in Z. Muy bien. And we have indefinite articles, see? The ones that are equivalent with a or and then some or any. And those, for them, we have four. We have un, unos, una, and unas. See, masculine singular, masculine plural, feminine singular, feminine plural. These are some examples. Un bolígrafo, unos bolígrafos. Notice that if we have, and here we don't have un number uno, okay, because this is the article, and the uno shortens into un, bolígrafo, see? You see it here again, un hombre, un lápiz, see? Masculine singular nouns, you use un for them, not uno, okay? Because you are not counting. That's when you're uno, dos, tres, there you have it. But here as an article, it's just un. Then una silla, unas sillas. Un hombre, unos hombres. Una mujer, unas mujeres. Un lápiz, unos lápices. We saw already how they behave. Lecciones, same thing, disappear the accent mark. Muy bien. So pay attention to this. The article, whether definite or indefinite, both of them agree in a number and in gender with the noun. That's why libro, we have to use the un version. Niño, we have to use the un version. Profesor is masculine singular, we have to use the un version. But as soon as we change to feminine, we have to change here. Una profesora, más femenino. And the last piece I wanted to show you is when we omit the article, see? Especially the indefinite article, un, una. If you have a noun, in this case estudiante, and in this case artista, if you have estudiante and you are telling who this person is, then you are not gonna use the article. So Tyler es estudiante. Yo soy profesora. Nosotros somos estudiantes. No soy estudiante. Ustedes son. Notice that I omit un. See, I omit it. I don't include it because I'm describing. I have it first. I have it after ser. See, to describe the occupation of the person. Now, if I say something about that type of estudiante, then I'll be modifying the noun estudiante. I'll be modifying the noun that describes the occupation. In that case, you include the noun again. So Tyler es un estudiante extrovertido. Since I'm saying that the estudiante es extrovertido, I need to include the article. We here have another example. Eli es artista. Eli es una artista, una excelente artista. Because I'm saying excelente about artista, then I need una. Here, I'm describing Eli's occupation, then I am not needing to include the article una. Eli es artista. ¿Sí? Eli es poeta. Eli es profesora. Eli no es poeta. ¿Sí? In those cases, we don't need it. If we say something about the occupation, being good, bad, if we judge the occupation with an adjective, then we need to include it. And that's it for now. The exercises that we have for this section are on my Spanish lab. Bye.